Dun dun dun. You know what that beat reminds me of? Okay, I'm about to show my age. It don't matter. All the way turned, all the way, all the way. I can't really do like the shuffle in this seat, but y'all get it. All the way all the way. How y'all do? Y'all good? Like y'all straight? I know y'all miss me, huh? Cause I missed y'all. So we here, and for that I'm grateful. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all solid? Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. We in here. Let's just take a second to just soak it in. We live in it. In living color, you can do what you uh, 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 uh. In living color, uh, uh, in living. Okay, y'all get it. We're on episode 6, season 5, bro. Like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. Like, man, that's wild. All right, so let's get into the house rules. No profanity. Nah. I mean, what you want to do that for? Why you want to do all of that? You feel me? Like, what we need all of that for? We don't. It's too many words. There's too many other words. We about to use all them Johns. Also, with that being said, furthermore, thus and so, comma, no bashing of race, religion, genders, politics, or sexual preferences. Y'all know. Y'all know. Come on. Like, are y'all family? Are y'all invited to the barbecue? Tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Who gonna check? Who? Who gonna check for me? Exactly. Exactly. Anybody gonna check for me? Period. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Old heads, you already know what I'm about to say. Newcomers, catch on quick. Get you one of us in your circle. Get you one of us in your circle. The tier is right here, and we're on top of that. You welcome. Get you one of us. Love you, Mom Jackie. I'm just saying, like, we be setting the bar, and it's just crazy. Like, we be trying to chill, but we just can't because we just that bomb. We're just that dope. You feel me? You gotta say that like that. We're just that dope, and that's it. And that's it. That's all. You feel me? Also, well, first of all, before I say that, you're welcome because when you get you one of us, you be like, dang, no more. I should have. Exactly, you should have. It should have, but it's okay because you still got time. You still got time to get you one of us. Also, this is one of the most important rules. Y'all ready for it? We talk about Jesus Christ on this show. JC is the what? Way to be bars. Killing the game. Y'all want to hear my rap skills? Okay, I'm after the church announcements. Yeah. Well, he's here, guys. He's here. Guess who's entered the chat? Kenda Gosler. Kenda Gosler. That entered the chat. Okay, listen. So here's the thing. We talk about Jesus Christ. We keeping the main thing. It is what it is. I don't know what everybody else do, but as for me in my house, or as for me in this show, JC is the way to be. Hey, Mom. Now you get the upbeat. Hey, Mom. Hey, girl. Last house rule. Wait, what's my last house rule? I got my rap in my head, so I'm trying to like hurry up and get the house rules out the way so y'all can see my rap skills. My rap game like it kills the game. Somebody needs to sign me up. Is all I'm saying. Hi, Grandma. Love you. This show is called. Nope, I said that house rule. Oh, this is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. Old heads, cause y'all know, newcomers, catch on. Lady O, Tyler Perry, and Mother Ava DuVernay. I'm seeing all three of y'all. I mean all three. I'm coming to each one of y'all. Lady O, we come to the house first. It's like the weather. It's like, what we doing? Figure it out. What's how you want to be? Because lukewarm is looking a little suspect. But okay, you do your thing. You do your thing, God. You do your thing. We just here, lady. I'm coming to the house first, and then after that, then we gonna head on. Hey girl, Becca. Hey girl, love you. After that, I'm gonna go to Tyler Perry's studio, or we can go to your house. You send me the location. I'm with it. You feel me? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And then after I holler at you, thank you for your time. Yeah, you could write about me. You feel me? I got a couple movies. Then it's gonna be time to get our locks done. So we don't go 2 blocks down to Rockefeller, and me and Mother Ava DuVernay, we getting our light. It makes sense. I'm in chair 1, she's in chair 2, and we both talking. Wow, 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 wow. It makes sense. I'm getting my locks retwisted. She getting her like, we just locking it up. Bars. We locking it up. Like a what? Like a fella. Come on. Come on. Okay, y'all ready for my rap? Yo, check. Okay, don't laugh no more because you gotta be serious because you're a real rapper, like for real. All right, it's my rap. Yo, I've got rap skills. Ontario Mills. What you say? Oh, wait. Okay. Wow. Wow. Wait, there's more. Wait, there's more. At Wendy's, you can still get a 4 for 4. But wait, there's more. At Wendy's, you can still get a 4 for 4. Oh my gosh. Wow, I done broke the record. That was amazing. Oh, and that was at the top of the dome. Killing the game at the top of the dome. Gabe, careful. Don't do too much with your trigger fingers. Don't do too much with your trigger fingers. And wait, there's more. Wendy still got a 4 for 4. Okay, I'm done. The battle was already won. Domo, you gotta stop. Domo, you gotta chill. Cause wow, that was that a 16? Okay, you gotta chill. Because it's getting real. Just can't. I can't do it. Y'all not even ready. Like, whoo. You gotta encourage yourself in the Lord. That was amazing. That win that you got a 4 for 4. That was good. Somebody sign me up. Thank you, Grandma. I appreciate that. I've been drinking a lot of water. Okay, so hey Dad, love you. Okay, so now that y'all got my rapping skills, I'm not a rapper, but somebody needs to sign me. Don't they keep calling me Popeyes because I keep giving a 2-piece. Love you, Mom Sonia. I am killing the game right now. This is what happens when you've been asleep because you've been on Benadryl and you've been asleep for a week, and now that you finally awake, flow to you. That's crazy to me. All right, so let's get into the ribbon for this month. As you guys know, that this season we are starting this season we're starting a new like little series that we want to represent all the ribbons, not just the breast cancer awareness ribbon, but all the ribbons. We want to represent because as you guys, well, y'all probably don't know, there's so much more, so many more ribbons, and there's so much more every month. So this month, like, y'all just about to see. Okay, thank you. This month's awareness ribbon is gallbladder and bile duct cancer, and that is awareness ribbon for February. What's the color, Domo? I'm glad you asked. Green. Green. Yes. So for those that have gallbladder or bowel duct cancer, we on this show, we want to represent you, we want to celebrate you, and we want to bring awareness and to shed light and to show your community that we are also here for you and we love you. Like we got you over here in 1 million brave. You ain't never got to worry about that. You feel me? Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate that. Okay, so I just can't get over my rap. That rap was amazing. Domo, you cease to amaze yourself at this point. It's just crazy. Whoo, somebody sign me up. Somebody sign me up. I'm not Popeyes, but I keep hitting them with a 2-piece. Somebody stop me. Girl, stop yourself. Okay, so I'm super excited for my next guest. Gabe, you gotta chill. Like you're supposed to be on my team because we have a dream. Oh, and it is Black History Month. MLK. Golly, Domo, stay focused because you can't give them too much. This is only episode 6. Like you gotta chill, B. You gotta relax. Calm it down. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. Okay, so my next guest, I'm super excited and super grateful that first of all, he was so ready. I put it out there that I needed a guest, and he was so ready. Like, you need me? I'm like, hold on, player. Almost. And he like, you need me? I said, you know what? Matter of fact, I need you. Let's just start there. I need you. Okay? Because he's so excited. And that got me excited. So we all excited. And I can't wait to hear his story. Y'all know, most of you guys know, I don't know my guest ahead of time. I literally met him 4 seconds before, and this is no joke. I met him 4 seconds before the show. So that's how you know this episode about to be too legit to quit. And I'm super excited. First of all, he got the D'Angelo cornrow braids, so we in there. We in there because it's Black History Month, and he already got the D'Angelo. He got the tell my girl to braid my hair. Come on. Okay, y'all ready for him? All right, wait. Come on out, big dog. Whoop whoop.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice bars, by the way, too. I rap for fun, too, so I totally get it.
Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Because you get it. Everybody don't have talent like us.
It's all good. Hey, you got to have a little fun in life, you know?
Right. Exactly. So can you tell us, for the people in the back, can you tell us where you're from and the name of your disability or medical condition?
Sure. My name is Wade Simmons. I am born in Chicago, Illinois, from Chicago, Illinois. Also reside in the Heights, which is like a suburb outside of Chicago. But yeah, so I was actually diagnosed with a vocal disorder called spasmodic dysphonia, and I grew up being labeled as someone with a learning disability. But despite that, I've got a chance to do some amazing things by the grace of God.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so for people that don't know, because I don't know, I want to learn. Can you just kind of briefly describe to us what the nature of your disability or medical condition?
So spasmodic dysphonia, it was like this rare like vocal disorder, like where like when I would talk, sometimes my voice would change. It'd sound like old and raspy and stuff, but it actually was due to stress. Like I didn't know what it was, and I know like the like a couple of years ago, like when I was at work and stuff, like my voice would like it'll be like when I'm happy, it'll be cool, but then when I'm stressed out, then I sound like I don't know. I sound like an old man or something like that. It was weird because like people like, what's going on with your voice? Like you want to go to the doctor or whatever and check that out, and like they checked me for like throat cancer and stuff. It was nothing. So like I started doing my own research. Then I went to my doctor, and then she was like, yeah, it's spasmodic dysphonia. So what ended up happening was I started seeing like a voice therapist because like they wanted me to take like these Botox injections, and I'm like, nah. But like when I talked to the voice therapist, because like I worked at a funeral home. I've been in that business since high school, so that but like working there was kind of stressful a little bit. Like I also went to school to be a mortician too. So like I've been doing that since I was 18. But man, it was like I don't know, like it must have been like work because like right when I actually quit and left and everything, my voice came back. Like
Really?
it's kind of I don't know, maybe it was a miracle.
Okay. So when did you even find out about this condition at all?
I didn't know what it was. Like I had noticed it like over the years, like my voice started like everybody like, man, what's wrong with you? Like, you sound like two different people, man. You got
Yeah.
but and like I literally like didn't know what it was, but like I realized now that it was actually due to stress.
Man, that's so crazy because a lot of people don't realize how stress is really like a silent killer, like for real, for real. It really is. And there's so many things that can tie into what stress does. And I
Yeah,
didn't know it had anything to do with your voice.
yeah, because like I said, I had never heard of that. And so like I went and looked it up and then I'm like, wow, and like they claimed that it was like like if a person has a really bad severe case, some people get like Botox injections and stuff, but like I'm glad the voice therapist like, no, just quit the funeral home. You'll be all right. Cause I'm also an independent filmmaker too. So she's like, why don't you just quit the funeral stuff and just be a filmmaker? Like, I'm pretty sure you'll be all right.
Yeah. So let me ask you, out of curiosity, what was so stressful about the nature of your job?
So a lot of times in the funeral business, you're not dealing with people at the best time of their life. So,
Mm,
you get some people that was like nice and cool, but like the funeral home that I worked at was like, it's a really big popular place in Chicago. So like, they service a lot of families. And
mm,
so like, again, like when you servicing a lot of families, you go get a lot of calls. And so, so sometimes like, people would call and they would want things to be a certain way, which is to be expected.
right.
But sometimes it can get a little rough.
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it, it, can,
I get that.
it can get a little rough. And so, and it's crazy because like when I would come like be on other podcasts and I would be like promoting my film stuff, and like sometimes when one of the owners would see, he'd be like, "Why you sound all happy when you're on there and then you're on this job? Like you sound like." But
If
yeah,
you
but
only knew.
it's it's stress, and so
That's
I'm.
crazy.
But I'm glad that I didn't go through with the Botox injection because I mean I talked to the Lord a lot too, and I'm like, you know what, them side effects probably would have made it a lot worse. So, just cut the stress out and, take a different path a little bit.
I definitely agree. I get Botox injections in my hand and my leg, so I can only imagine what the throat can involve. Like in your neck, in your throat, any type of this area, I can only imagine what effect because that's such a sensitive area.
Yeah, and it was crazy because like I was like, because it got to a point where, like I wouldn't even really want to talk to people that much. Like if I didn't really know them, like because people would be like, "Oh, what's going on there, man?" Like you,
Was it really that noticeable like that?
yeah, because like people that know me, they know how my voice sound. But then like if I got anxious or nervous or stressed, then it would sound like really. I remember one lady came into the funeral home. She was like, "Oh, I thought I was talking to an old man."
Dang.
And one lady, she came and she was like really mad because like she came in all man like who was that I was talking to on the phone. Then she heard my voice and she like, "What's wrong with your voice?" I said, "It's a vocal disorder, man. I mean, you know,
Yeah, like
I mean, what
golly.
what do you want me to say?
Right.
You think I
I'm
want to
still
sound
here to
like
help.
that?"
Like, man. So with the therapy, how often do you have to do therapy or do you still have to do it?
I don't have to do it at all no more. Like I said, when I so what ended up happening was that I ended up, leaving the funeral home that I worked at full time, and I started my own mortuary transportation service. Cause like
Mm-hmm.
right when I quit, like it, cause like it, my life is kind of a odd story. Cause like I worked at the place for 13 years, and I went, but in between that time, I went to school and I was struggling to pass the test or whatever. Cause all these tests you got to take, and then
Mm-hmm.
I finally passed the test. But then I was waiting on my license to come, but my license didn't come to after I left. So
Really?
once my license finally came, I was just like, I'll do my own thing. And so I just started doing my little, kept doing my little production company. started my little mortuary transportation company, and then I even did a little pro wrestling training too. So that's kind of what kind of kept me happy, like joy is a really powerful thing.
It
I think
is.
people really underestimate it, but I think that like even with a lot of ailments that people have, sometimes it's just the mindset.
That is so good that you said that because a lot of people, and although this show rather is about people with physical disabilities or invisible disabilities, a lot of people suffer from mental disability
Hmm.
and it stagnates them in life. And I'm so glad that you said that because joy is so powerful and it alters not only your life but your way of thinking about life.
Yeah.
It really that you know what? I like you braids, okay? You are dope. That's so cool. So when you went in these different instances to where your voice would change, did it hurt at all? Did your voice hurt?
It didn't hurt at all. Some people thought it did, but it's just like no. I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan or nothing, but like you would have thought I was like Palpatine, right? Like I
Wow.
had like a Darth Sidious type of voice, like an evil old man or something. Like it was
Yeah.
strange. But when I noticed when I was really happy and stuff, because I remember one time me and one of my friends, Tammy, she's an actress out in Vegas. She
Uh-huh.
came up here and we went out to lunch, right? And she like, I know that's your job, and every time you talk about it, your voice changes.
That's crazy when your friends notice like, dang, you're gonna have to get out of there
Yeah,
immediately.
but
Man, that's crazy.
but like I said, joy is it's a powerful thing, and that's why like you have to
Yeah.
keep yourself in a positive and a happy mindset. And I think that
Yeah.
that's the best thing you can do.
Right. Jesus over your soul. Oh, that's good, Mom.
I love
God, so
it.
that's good. Come on, Nugget, dropping nuggets. You got
I love it.
gems.
Yeah, because like again, like joy is a really like it's a beautiful thing, and that's why like I said, I really am grateful to God that like He always kept me in the situation where like I've always did the things that I wanted to do. But
Yeah.
even the things that you want to do, if you don't create the right type of balance, you can get burned out. You know.
Yeah. Very true. You really can. You really have to have a passion. And I think just like my grandma said, it's all in your mind. Your mind. I mean, there's always that saying like your mind plays tricks on you, but your mind has to be so girded and guarded because anything can detour it off.
Yeah.
Like literally it can be a situation, it could just be lifing, but
Yeah.
anything can detour you off and you don't have the nature of your mind to be stagnant, to be positioned, to be confident in what you believe in,
Yeah.
like not wavering,
Yeah.
because you got to find joy in everything, the small things.
Yeah.
It's crazy, we live in a crazy world, and if you don't find joy in like the little things, you lose your mind.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think like and I think it wasn't just like work. I think like over the years it was building up because like I had stated like I also had a learning disability. So like when I went to mortuary college, it was really hard because like when you go there, you're taking like anatomy, you're taking religion, you're taking law, you're taking pathology, psychology. It's like when you go to school to be a funeral director, you're learning a lot. So like the schooling was rough, and then I spent probably like almost like let's say like 5 or 6 years trying to pass one part of the test,
Mm.
and that was kind of stressful. So it's like it's a lot of so like I say sometimes things just kind of build up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely do want to delve into your learning disability, because you did mention that. So I know there's different types of learning disabilities. Specifically, what's yours?
Well, so mine was like with me, right? I'm very more of like a hands-on learner. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of learn my own way, and I think with me it was more of a processing thing. Like I process
Mm-hmm.
things a lot different from people, you know. Like normal stuff that people probably would just like nah. Like it's like with me, it's like it has to be rigged up a little bit, and I understand. It's
I get
it's
that.
kind of hard to explain, but it's like because like for instance, I remember years ago, right? My grandfather tried to show me how to tie a tie. I
Mm-hmm.
never got it. And then one Sunday, this brother at my church, I don't know what he did different from my grandfather, but ever since then, I've been tying my own ties ever since. So
So I guess it's the way you visualize it, or is it the
yeah,
way you see it? Like, are you a visual learner?
I'm a visual learner and hands on because, like I said, I process things. Like even like this might sound crazy, but even when I was in mortuary school, right, we were in an embalming lab, right, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember there's an instrument called like a hemostat. It's a certain way you take it off, but I took it off another way. The teacher got mad, but the other guy was like, "Well, you got it off. That's all. That's all that matters." Like I just
Right.
process things a little differently. That's all.
I mean, there's more than one way to get to number two.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
there is, and I.
Yeah.
So how did you know or find out that you had a learning disability?
Well, I kind of knew early on, cause like I said, I was just things I just got at my own pace, and then they ended up putting me like in remedial classes and stuff. And but I mean, I met a lot of cool people in there, so like I wasn't ashamed of it. Like it was what it was. Cause I remember one time when I went and when they checked me out, and
Mm-hmm.
the person I had talked to, they're like, "You don't seem like nobody that need help." But that's because, like I said, like I feel like this society we live in, like they kind of just group everybody together, but everybody is a unique individual who process and learn things differently. And I think that the thing is like, we live in this systematic society that does things a certain way, but truth be told, there are multiple ways of teaching people the same stuff. Sometimes you
Right.
just have to bring it to them in a way that they can understand. And
Exactly.
so I think so I think like for me, like that's just one of them things where like I accept that I'm a little different and that's fine. It doesn't bother me.
Okay, as long as I'm getting the work done, I don't care if it's my way. Like it's getting done, and I agree. I think there's so many different ways to teach people, but I also think that we need patience to learn
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
to teach the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
No,
because
go ahead,
once
go ahead.
again, like people try to like everything is like, and of course there is some good in having like a systematic system, but again, sometimes if you just cater to like the majority and you leave another group of people out, then it's like it's a lot of geniuses out here because like I think about like even with the process of like going to school and even the education system, right? Like there's a lot of people who probably could have did a little better if they had somebody that really helped them. Like for example, I remember when I was going to Malcolm X College on the west side of Chicago.
Hmm.
I failed this class twice. I went to this other school, like, and this was crazy because like I was on my way to work and some said go to South Suburban. I went to South Suburban. They gave me the class that I failed twice free. And when I took it for free, there was a Cuban lady, the teacher. I don't know what she did different from the other teacher I had, but she actually cared about her students and she made sure all of us passed, you know? So,
I was just about to say it was the heart of the teacher
hmm
because they actually care about the well being of the student because to be honest, like their students are the future.
yeah. And
They
it
the
was
ones
funny.
that's they the ones that's gonna be signing checks. They the ones that's gonna be in the corporate world. They're the one. So you definitely do have to take your time with like developing the kids. Okay, so here's my question. So as you were growing up, um, what was life like? Because I can tell you're a creative. So what was life like in your world of having this quote unquote like learning disability?
You
Like,
know what? Honestly, it didn't hit me till I got to high school because, like, I went to school
mm,
on the west side of Chicago, and like, it didn't bother me. Like, I got taken out the class, I had to go to a different class, whatever. But it hit me in high school because I remember one time we had this class where like we had to work at school,
uh-huh.
and I chose like I didn't take a job outside of school. I stayed at school and I worked in the cafeteria. And I remember this one girl like, girl, I didn't know he was slow.
Dang. Golly.
I'm like, yeah,
God,
that's
you gotta
kind of
put
when
it
it
out
hit me.
there like that.
But like other than that, it never really bothered me.
That's good. That's good. And that also goes back to, your mental state. You know who you are. I don't care what
Yeah,
y'all think about me.
And
I ain't
and
about
like
to see y'all much longer anyway.
and like I said, like it never really bothered me because like I said, you sometimes you have to do the best you can, like, and I don't and one thing I tell anybody, like I don't allow people to beat me up. Even the people that I used to work for, they're like, look, I don't beat myself up. I try not to beat other people up, so I don't let nobody
Mm,
do it to me.
yeah.
Because again, everybody have their own way of doing things, and it's okay.
Okay, and that's it, and that's what makes the world go round. And we didn't. You're fast. They and we didn't. You. They were fast. I feel like she's saying, and we didn't. You know, they was fast. Fast in the tail.
uh,
Fast in the tail. Oh, I get what you're saying. Cause the girl said that you was slow.
she
Like
said they
no,
fat.
y'all, you was fast actually.
Yeah, but like I said, it never really bothered me. It's always been what it was. Cause like I said, I knew a lot of people that had like academic challenges and stuff like that. But again, if you have like a teacher that care, you know,
Yeah,
it makes all the difference in the world. And that like, and that's why, like I said, I know them better because my grandmother and my aunt are actually teachers. So
really.
yeah, so and then too, like me, I paid attention to like a lot of stuff because even like when I was in school to be a mortician, right? They had one class where like they taught us about the different learning styles, and I'm like, how do y'all teach a different learning style that y'all don't even implement? Like, that's kind of
That
I
is
might
so
have a I
true.
might have a little trouble, but I got a little more sense than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that is so true because they do teach. They do teach. That is something a part of like the subject.
hmm
Um, there are so many different learning child styles. There's so many different learning spectrums, but it's like you're not even implementing what you're teaching, big dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely mine do got a good attitude. Okay, so this creative side of you, because I'm hearing all the creativeness and I think it's super dope. I love people that are creative. I think their mind is like ain't no limit in their mind because there's no structure of what creativity looks like. So there was one thing you mentioned, a photographer. What did you say? A film director, a
yeah, filmmaker.
photographer.
Yep.
That
So how
how'd
did
you get
that
into
happen?
it?
Because this is exactly what it was. Ever since I was a little child, right? I said I was gonna do two things. I said I was gonna be a mortician and I was gonna be a filmmaker. And so the funny thing about it was that when I went to mortuary school, like right after graduation, we had these exit exams. I call them the exit career exam because
Uh-huh.
that's how hard they were. But
What?
yeah, so like while in like so I had it's an arts part, which is the funeral director part, and then it's a science part, which is the embalming part. So I was trying to pass the art side. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I'm like, well, if I don't pass this, I'm gonna have to go find it. So like, it don't work out, I'm gonna have to do something different. So
Right.
I decided like, you know what? I'm gonna go to film school. So right when I enrolled in film school, I ended up going out to the mortuary college and passing the funeral director part of the test. I'm like, it worked out as soon as I went to film school. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to film school and then I'm gonna focus on this. So I went to film school. I started meeting different people and making connections. I started producing like my own little web series, and
Yeah.
then like after that, I just kept it going. And then from like even with being a like creative artist, I ended up getting into pro wrestling based off that. But the funny
Because
thing is
I
like,
definitely want to get into the wrestling thing. Because I saw that picture and I said, what?
but this the crazy part. But right after I graduated film school, then I passed the embalming part of the test. So
Right.
it was like God worked everything out like that. Not at the time that I
Yeah.
wanted it to, but like so like I'm like everything that I'm doing, I was meant to do this. And so like I fell in love with creativity because like I love writing, I love creating characters. I love creating like scenarios and stuff like that. So like it's just something that I feel like I was meant to do. Everybody's creative anyway, though.
Everybody's creative in their own right. George, what's up? Everybody's creative in their own right, and I think that a lot of people don't see their creativity because it's either it's either viewed as it's not anything worthwhile, or they haven't gotten that pull to just do it,
Yeah,
to show. And I think that's dope that you embrace your creative side because I mean, imagine if you didn't even tap into it, like you wouldn't have none of this. Like
Yeah,
you wouldn't even be able to. I feel like you wouldn't even explore. Like, what else can I get into? What
yeah,
else do I like?
absolutely. Because like to me, it was like a new sense of life. Because like I always knew like I was gonna end up filmmaking. Because even when I was in mortuary college, right, I
Mm-hmm.
was sitting in the back of like the biology, because the biology teacher, not the anatomy teacher, he was like kind of, you know, yeah, you know, no
It's
wonder
one
we
of
couldn't,
them.
no wonder we couldn't pass the test. But but I'm just keeping it real with you. But anyway, Lord forgive me. But I was in like while we was in the class, right? I was like writing the scripts, like for my web series.
Wow.
So like it's like it was already kind of like forming for me to take that path.
Yeah. So when you say like you write scripts, are you writing scripts like actual movies, or are you writing like children's novels? Like
I
what's
do
your
well. So like I have a web series called Love Always Wins. So I
Mhm.
write that, but I also write poetry too, which is kind of symbolic because like Love Always Win was meant to be like a regular web series, but it ended up turning into like visual poems. So like me, I don't like follow like tradition. Like I kind of have my own because film is art. Like I know there are artists that do commercial art. You know, of course you want to make a little money off your work, but me, I just like being creative because like to me, if everybody just following this like formula that these people create or whatever, it's not really creativity. That's just that's just a good way to get money out of people's pocket, and it's not really always that good either because like in the film business it's less about creativity and more about marketing and more about trying to find ways to finesse people. But a real artist just creates because that's what they enjoy to do.
I am so, you know what? We locked in because I'm a creative too. And I just create. I don't care about the market part of it. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. I do it because I love it, and I
Yeah.
do it because and I'm like I have like a knack, and I have like such an urge to just I just want to create. And
Hmm.
that's it. And I get so many people like, yo, you need to market your stuff. You need to, and I'm just like, that's not my creative side. My creative side
Yeah.
is to create.
And honestly,
If
I feel like if you market it,
yeah,
sometimes you have to water it down. And I think that like that's like not because like I said, like me, I've been blessed to like create my own stuff. Like, and I admit my stuff is not top of the line, but it's mine. Like I use my own money. I every now and then I got a few great people that bless me with a few donations, and I appreciate them. But like I like funding my own stuff because like I don't have
yeah,
to worry about nobody telling me like do it like this, or I don't have to worry about them like telling me you can't say this or you can't talk about Jesus or you can't none of that. Like I like to do what I enjoy to do.
yep. And then can't nobody have nothing over my head like I did this for you because you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I want my own, and I'm not like this no braggables to nobody like or myself, but I just like creating my own. And
Yeah,
and plus, I like to see how far I could go. Like, what can I actually do?
yeah,
And then that's what opens up for creatives. If you do it yourself, there's so much experience in doing things and learning things yourself.
absolutely. And you meet a
And
lot of cool people because, like, because people gonna always try to point you in the direction that they want you to go. But I always say that God is my producer, my director, and my writer. And
exactly.
I give everything to Him. So, like to me, it's like it's nice to have your freedom. Like I said, you might not go out here and make $100,000 off your art like some people, but it's yours. And if you
It's
keep doing
yours.
it right, you might not make a whole lot off of it, but you might make something. But whether or not, I'd rather have my freedom in my voice.
I'd rather have my freedom too. And favor goes far more than money.
Hmm.
You get that favor, cha, I take that any day. I want my
Yeah,
name to be great. Because eventually, if your name is great, it's gonna connect to the right people. People gonna hear
absolutely.
it,
I
and
remember.
boom.
I remember years ago, this other filmmaker had told me like, "Why do you pay your actors? Like, they seem amateur and this and that." But I'm like, you know what? One thing about me is that I don't want nobody working for me for free. That's one thing about me. Like people's time is worth something. So I don't ever want to get to the point where like I don't take care of people because they taking their time out to help me. So I do
Right.
believe in compensation because I mean I don't want to be no horrible boss. Like I ain't trying. I don't believe in that. Like
Yeah.
that's not really
And
cool.
people remember that because your heart. You're not doing it for, the funds of money. You're not doing it for, you're doing it because you genuinely have a passion. And you see that their work that they put in it too.
Yeah.
We open each other.
And like I said, it's fun. Like I've been blessed to work with some really talented people, and they've been working with me quite a while now. So it's like it's like a little family. But I enjoy it. It's
That's dope.
man,
I definitely
I'm
want to
just
know what's the big goal for you? What's your unrealistic goal that you don't it's not right now, but it's coming.
I don't know. I feel like God may have a purpose for me in ministry.
Hmm.
But even with that, I'm not. I don't want to do it for money. Like I wanna. I work as a funeral director for money, and maybe do a little film stuff here and there sometimes. If somebody want to give me something, that's cool. But if I do ministry, I do it because I love Jesus. So like to me, all the other stuff is just a luxury in life.
Yeah.
And I look at a job and a career as a means to provide and take care of my wife and my family. But other than that, it's like other than pleasing God, I mean, to me that's the greatest thing I can do. Like all the
That's
other
the
stuff is just a
greatest.
luxury,
Okay.
you know. And
That's the
that and
big.
that's kind of like the way I look at it. Like I try to always keep life in this perspective, you know.
Hmm.
Because I mean, again, like this part is a temporary journey. So like you have to keep everything in its proper place.
Right. No, I totally agree. And I think if you keep God in the forefront of it, then even if you don't know your next step, you know that you're in the right direction because He's
Yeah,
leading
because it's like kind of hard because like sometime in life, right? Like we don't never know because like I look at it like my grandfather, like a couple of weeks ago, he had just passed away. He was 86 years old. He was getting
you.
up going
Wow.
to work every day still at
Dang.
86, and like it just kind of happened out of nowhere. So like since he transitioned, it's a little different. And like I said,
Yeah.
like I've actually been thinking about possibly relocating or keeping my license active here, maybe going somewhere else and just
Hmm.
coming back maybe when it's a little warmer, like come back down here because it's cold down here right now, y'all. It's, but it's a big world out here, so like I'm not really locking myself down just yet into anything, just seeing what happens next.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned, are you married?
Hmm.
Okay. First of all, come on, marriage. I love it. I love to hear it. And I love to see it.
Well,
Okay, so when it comes down to the creative side of you, does your wife get it? Does she support you? Does she
oh,
understand? Like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Before we got married, my wife actually, before we were married, she came down to my film premiere I had at the Music Box Theater, and everybody was so shocked because, like, I've always been this like quiet and laid back person, so they like, we didn't even know you was dating nobody, because I'm kind of more, but like I said, everything just kind of happened.
Right.
Like I say, like my life just like I said, at one point it was like it was one way, and then like God started giving me like everything I asked for like back to back, but it took time, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm not gonna lie, it was like kind of rough waiting, but sometimes some things are worth the wait.
That's so true. And we as human beings, we don't like the wait. But the dope thing is when we do wait and we find out why we waited, we like, dang, okay, maybe it was a reason why I waited.
Yeah,
But in the waiting process, in that waiting phase, oh, it's so uncomfortable.
yeah,
Because us as natural human beings, we like, well, I can get A with B and B with C and then knock it out. But God's like, nah, just hold on a second. Just
yeah.
give me
That's
a minute.
and it's amazing to me because like I just like because I remember like and I kid you not, like even when I was going back to like struggling to pass the last part of that test. I
Yeah.
remember like when I went to take the embalming part, I went and took the test and I went in the bathroom. I said, you know what, Lord, I need you to help me out today. And when I went in there and took the test, the lady like, Wade, you passed. I'm like, oh, thank God. You mean I ain't got to see y'all no more? Like
No.
I was just like, thank you, Jesus. And then like after I got married, then my license finally came and stuff like that. So it's like
Mm.
everything kind of started working. And I'm not gonna lie, like I've still had some minor setbacks in life here and there,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's a part of life, you know. It's a
very true.
it's a part of life. It's just how you overcome them.
I definitely agree. I think it is a part of life, and I think it's a growing. You grow, you grow with the discrepancies. You because if life is just the same, then I mean, how are you challenged?
Yeah, that's true.
How? Like you can't
Yeah,
really do nothing. You just because you already know what's next.
absolutely. Yeah, and that
You know what you about to do. Like
absolutely, and that's why, like I said, I got like a lot of different paths before me because like you mentioned like the pro wrestling part, right? Like where did
mhm.
that come in? That actually came in from me being a filmmaker because I wanted to make a documentary about pro wrestling because I wrestled in high school. And I
Mhm.
reached out to a guy by the name of Steve Boz. He wrestled like in WWF when it was called that back in the day. And I went out
Yeah.
there to meet with him, and he introduced me to like some of the wrestlers, like a couple of the wrestlers who were wrestling like in AEW and stuff like that. And he was like, "So when you gonna start training?" I was like, "Well, I guess I can start next week." So me and my best friend Jalen, one of my best friends, we started training, and then we started like meeting people from WWE and started training. And it was
Wow.
cool. We did it for like 2 years, and I'm still affiliated with it somewhat, but I took it like I took a little step away from it from now because, like I said, like look, filmmaking is more of a hobby. Pro wrestling, is ain't really paying me nothing. Then I ain't trying to break my back and my neck and all that stuff. So you know what I'm saying? Like I leave
We're
that to
gonna go with the
Triple H.
safer route.
But I am at some point thinking about getting back into it once my friend starts his promotion.
Yeah, that would be dope. What's up, Uncle D? So would you ever or have you ever thought about in the pro wrestling field just being like an owner or someone that's just or like an overseer of I don't know like the
Absolutely, and I'm gonna
terminology of
tell
it.
you why. Because one thing I can say is that from what I saw, they didn't push the black wrestlers. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And I'm not
Yeah,
afraid to speak up about it because, like I said, I can fund myself, so I'm cool. But
right.
but real talk, I kind of didn't like how they did the black wrestlers, like and I love everybody, but being truthful, like because I
Right.
remember one time at Black History Month, this what I took, like we was there for like 2 years, but at one time at Black History Month, like because like I don't know if you noticed, but like in professional wrestling, a lot of times when you start out training, when they say like you're green, a lot of times they'll have you like work the shows as security, you know. And
Mm.
then after a while, you'll work your way up to like doing battle royals or whatever like that. But but like I said, I noticed that they pushed a lot of other people, but they didn't push the blacks.
Yeah.
But during Black History Month, there was one instance where like they didn't really have much for the black wrestlers, but they brought out like one of the wrestlers, one of the white wrestlers had brought out one of the black guys out like with a rope around his neck. And this doing black, oh man, like hold up, like
Wow.
I'm saved and I got the Lord Jesus in my life, so
Right.
I don't get out like that. But I'm like, imagine if I had invited some of my people to the show, they probably would have tore this place up.
They would have taken it to a whole nother level. Like
It wouldn't have been no phony wrestling. It would
no, it would
it
have been a
would
real fight. Like forget the play.
and
Nah,
I ain't
we
gonna
taking
lie,
this
like
thing seriously.
I kept the video and everything because like I'm like I
Mm,
low key can't believe like they just
that's bold.
that was bold. But and like I said, but it's but I still have friends that still train with that promotion. But like me personally, like
Yeah. I mean,
I
but we
got
don't hear about that side of the wrestling. Like we don't ever hear
well
about that.
that's because like a lot of people who are in it, like they are afraid to speak up because like they still have something to gain from it. But
Right.
you know,
So they like, well, we in it, so we gonna get what we can
my
get.
my source is the Most High God, so I don't worry about that, man. So
Ain't nobody think about y'all.
I don't worry about that. Like I said, because whatever God got for you, you gonna get it. It don't matter. It don't matter
Right.
who in the way. Like it might take a little
It
time,
don't,
but
it
yeah.
don't matter who in the way. What's for
Mm-hmm.
me is for me, and it's gonna always come to me no matter what.
What it say? Let God arise and His enemies be
And
scattered.
in enemies be scared. Come on, you talking?
But I really didn't like that, and and we still talk about it to this day. But like I said, I have some good friends of mine that still train.
Yeah.
Even one of my other friends, like he was really like really doing good, and I know he has like a few friends that are like affiliated with WWE and stuff, but like even him, like they didn't even push him. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's uncomfortable standing for righteousness and standing for what's right, but in the end, we still win.
yeah. But people have to realize when something is meant for somebody, you cannot stop that person from succeeding. Like, and one thing I learned is like how to when the Bible says like all things work
Yeah.
together for the good of
Literally.
them that love the Lord for the call according to His purpose. So no matter what you do, if you are really walking with the Lord, it's gonna still work out for you good. So it's nothing that people can do to really that. So that's why, like, when I see people
Yeah.
doing things and stuff like that, like, and I don't care what it is, whether it's wrestling or film or even a funeral, but I've always been nice to people.
Hmm.
I've always tried to, help people, and even if they got further than I did, like, look, so what?
Right.
I celebrate you. Like,
Yeah.
I got people that we started with in pro wrestling that's traveling the world, like going to Florida, like 'cause that's kind of like a big place in the business,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
traveling from state to state, doing pretty good, and I'm happy for them.
That's
I'm
just not for me, and it's
I'm
okay.
good.
That's
Like,
that's your blessing because
nah,
at
cause
the
me,
end of the day,
and I'm a very outspoken person, so like
yeah,
I already know I'm gonna get kicked out. So I ain't even gonna hold them there.
it's all good. It's all good. Cause at the end of the day, like I can't covet or hate on somebody where they are because I don't even know what their prayer was and
Yeah.
how long it took, what they had to go through to get to where they
And
at.
truth be told, everything is not what it looked like because, like, even in the wrestling business, right? Like, because, like, we look at people like The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, them guys that made it big, but long before then, a lot of them guys were sleeping in cars, and even
Right.
like some of the pro wrestlers that are starting out now, like I see their stories. Like some of them guys are, going from state to state, traveling and driving, and
Yeah.
some people sleeping in their cars or barely got money and stuff. So it ain't all what it looked like I said, because we were training and having shows like in what restaurants, and they have shows and bars and here and there and,
Yeah.
and everywhere outside or wherever, little dirty gyms, school gyms or whatever. But everybody got to start somewhere. But I mean, it's just fun
Absolutely.
connecting with people, though.
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. Yeah, it ain't the grass ain't always greener and it always don't crack up to what it look like.
So
This
not,
can definitely be the season
but
for
that's why
sure.
I'm like, don't chase the look. Like, just
Don't
have
chase the bug.
focus on having like fulfillment and joy in what you do, because to me that's the richest thing you'll get from it. Because like even something that you love, if you don't balance it out, you can get burned out and then you don't even want to do it no more.
That's so true. No, that's for real. And I agree with that 100%. You gotta have that love for that thing because it can easily fade out if you
Hmm.
just going with the trend.
Yeah,
That thing can easily fade out. Wade, I thank you so much for hopping on. Like you dropping nuggets, and I so appreciate that. And I think like I don't and tell your wife because I respect all wives. Tell your wife that we locked in for life.
I got you.
We friends.
And I
We
keep in
friends.
contact with everybody. So like,
Period.
that's one thing about me. Like whenever I connect with somebody, I'll try to, cause like checking on people is a good thing. And like,
Yeah.
I don't believe that you meet people by happenstance. Like I believe that everything is for a reason, and it can be used to the glory of God. Like we all help us one to another. So I'll
Exactly.
definitely
I
be in touch
totally
with you.
agree. I totally agree. Where can everyone find you? I want people to connect with you for sure.
You can look me up on Facebook, Wade Simmons on my cheddar box, or you can find me on Instagram, Wade Jedi 99, always on the light side of the force. But but yeah, but like
Ah, thank you, Gabe. Yeah, everyone follow him. And you on Vimeo? What's Vimeo?
so it's basically kind of like YouTube, but it's like an upgrade for
Oh,
filmmakers. So just like a place where I put my film work.
okay. Wade Filmmaker 777. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to go on Vimeo. I don't even know what that is, but we about to learn tonight. On
yeah,
IG, Wade Jedi Boom 99, and on Facebook, Wade Simmons. Right?
yeah.
Cool. Wade, thank you again so much for being a guest on the show. I definitely appreciate you gracing the stage. You dope, like for real, for real, for real. I appreciate you even sharing your story. It's not easy sharing the vulnerable side of you, but I do appreciate you coming on. For real, for real, for real. And everybody, y'all go follow him. Like, just do it. Okay. Gabe's gonna put you in the back, and then we're gonna end the show. Don't log off though, because we're gonna
Should
end
I?
the show and we out.
Am I supposed to answer this question?
Oh, Gabe, thank you. Golly, I forgot. Okay. What's the question? Rename yourself. Oh, if you had to rename yourself, what would you choose?
I don't know. I look like a Wade to me. But actually, I would say I would give myself a Chinese name that I got from my Chinese teacher when I was studying Chinese. It was Wang Zhang, which means faithful.
Wayne John. John Wayne? Okay. That's dope. I was gonna say, let me see. If I had to rename you, because I'm good at renaming people. Like everybody got a nickname for me. If I had to rename you, I would probably name you like a Joseph.
Oh yeah.
You're like a Joseph. Cause you got like a sturdy, like a real strong tone to you. You like a Joseph.
I
Or
could
a
go.
John. I like Joseph. Joseph. But I like Wade though. Wade does fit you though.
Yeah, like I can't. I don't know if I can picture myself with no other name.
It really does fit you. That's crazy. Thank you again so much. Thank you, Gabe, because I forgot about the recording.
Anytime.
All right, so Gabe's gonna put you in the back. We appreciate you so much. We about to end the show and we out. Peace. Yeah, it never fails. Gosh, my guests are just the tier keeps getting taller and taller and taller and taller. I mean, Wade Brigade. Oh, killing the game. And only Wade's gonna get it because he an artist like me. Like we both rappers. So and we both spit poetry. Period. That's dope. He gonna get it. Y'all probably not, but that ain't even matter. Thank you so much, Wade, for gracing the stage. I definitely appreciate it. I think his story was like super dope. And I learned a lot. Like to keep it a buck. I did. I love having all my guests on my show because I learned so much, not only about them, but about just their perspective on life and just how they view life. How you living? What you up to? You feel me? So y'all go follow him on everything. All right, church announcements. If you first of all, before I say that, next Tuesday, we are live and in living color. You can do what you want. Okay. Next Tuesday we live 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 10 p.m. Eastern. We here. Be ready because my guest about to be what? Dope. And it's not the Pope. Oh. All right, next church announcement. If you or you know someone that has a disability and or medical condition and you think they will be a dope guest on the show, or you would be a dope guest on the show, holla at me. Like One Way Brave not going nowhere. And I'm always looking for guests, and I appreciate all the people that have sent me guests because they have definitely been guests on the show. So if you know someone or if you are that someone that wants to be a guest on the show, please holla at me. Here's the disclaimer. Do not hit me up if you got a scratched elbow or if you ran into the wall with your toe. That was a bar and I didn't even know. Oh my God, there it goes again. Don't hit me up if don't do it if you done ripped your elbow the wrong way. We need real people with real life stories on this show. Don't do it. Because I don't want your feelings to get hurt when I say, sorry, can't be on here. You feel me? All right, so if you know someone or if you are that someone that wants to be a guest on the show, please holla at me. Please let me know what's up. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, seeing what we're talking about. I appreciate it. I don't take it lightly. I'm going to say it every single episode because y'all could be doing something else. Y'all could be watching. Y'all could be cooking. Y'all could be dot. And I love thee. Okay, because y'all heard it. All right. We out. I love y'all. Don't log off though, because you already know what's up. Gabe got to show y'all something. But I'm going to be out. Cause I gotta eat some soup. Love y'all. Mm-mm. I love y'all. Gay. Get me out of here. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Gay. Get me out of here. Gay, that's your cue.